So let's talk technology and safety. You know, brighter, louder isn't always better. And pushing the envelope on technology to see what it can do isn't always what is the right thing to do.
Sure.
You know, so how are you balancing that between what is possible versus what is safe and what is good for both our first responders that, you know, we're designing product for, but also for the general public and the passengers and the people around them?
Yeah, I think the word balance is really the right word there, because there's so many options. Hey, I'm a techie.
Right.
I love cool tech. And the really important thing to balance is what's appropriate and what's not appropriate.
Right.
You know, you think of an example of, say, in a police unit where you have a canine with an automated rear door.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the wrong voice command releasing the dog at the wrong time. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
it could be disastrous.
you don't want someone clapping to turn lights on. You don't,
Right.
you don't want any of these things. So, what's appropriate for the right usage? We have areas of critical traffic management where safety is very,
Yes.
very important. And so we need to make sure that we're intentional about what kinds of signals, we're helping customers put out there to make those good choices. So that is definitely a balancing piece. I think, speaking of the customer, we've got to keep the human in the loop. There's so much automation, and I love the trend. And really, we do want to automate simple, repetitive tasks just so we can have better consistency. But what we don't want to do is end up in a situation where we forget to manage some of the negative consequences.
Right.
We still want to have a situation, if you're an emergency responder, hey, not everything's going to go as planned. So we still need to be able to respond, quick think, and not have someone be lost in a piece of equipment and technology where they feel helpless.
Right.
And that's really important that we consider, all the other pieces that go with that. And as soon as you get through the automation, ooh boy, now comes the rest of the disruptive topics, because what do you do with the data ownership? Who really has access to your important data? The security access, how secure are some of these connected systems? We talked about electric vehicles. What about energy management as a whole?
Yeah.
Bigger and bigger on a full electric vehicle. Are you going to trade off equipment versus range, or what do we do about that?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so much data that's been compiled. What do we do with the artificial intelligence that we're using? How do we make sure those algorithms are screened, they're appropriate, and meaningful for our customers? So there is a lot going on in that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is amazing to think about, all the different factors and things and how we push technology forward, but balancing that with safety. So, Eric, you're in that same kind of boat where, you have engineers who really love to see how far they can push things, and I'm sure you're one of them. What's your approach and what's your kind of perspective on that?
Yeah, it's interesting. The technology, it's a balance of what's being asked for by our customer and what they really want. And sometimes they don't know what they want.
Yep, good point.
And that's really the advantage that we have here at SoundOff is Doug and his team looking out 3 to 5 years. We're really trying to figure out what is it that is going to be up and coming. What's the right thing to be working on? And then, again, talking about the transition between Doug and I, it's a good team to have where we're picking the right thing, and then we're executing and delivering good product.
Right.
And that's one of the advantages that we have at SoundOff is it's ingrained into the culture.
Yep.
And so we're not always just looking at brighter lights. We're looking at how to do things better rather than just in your face what's brighter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like you guys have a lot of, symbiotic relationship in the way that you, bring our products to market. And I know you're both big golfers, so is that on the golf course as well?
That helps.
He's better.
Well, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.